Tonight after a woman was sexually assaulted in her Humboldt Park home. Police say the offender broke in early this morning through a back window. The 26-year-old woman was beaten and raped multiple times before escaping and finding help.
Word this hour that at least 2 people have been shot outside the Nationals ballpark in Washington, D.C. The game against the San Diego Padres was stopped so people could leave the park. Witnesses say the sound of gunfire caused people to panic.
But I do want to first start by making a statement about the legislators in Texas who are showing extraordinary courage and commitment. They are leaders who are marching in the path that so many others before did when they fought and many died for our right to vote.
Welcome to What the Hell is Going On in America, where I talk about the madness I am observing from an outsider's perspective. So, let's get into it. Governor Abbott of Texas is wanting to pass a logical bill that will make people identify themselves before voting. Before you purchase alcohol, you have to show ID if they suspect you're underage. If you want to travel overseas, you have to show ID to prove who you are. But having to prove who you are before voting in an election that puts people in power for the next 4 years is racist, according to some radical Democrats. In fact, it is so preposterous that the Democratic Party of Texas left the state in private jets just so that the bill couldn't go through. So you can just leave your job if you don't like something someone proposes? This is one of the most petty things I have ever seen in politics. The Democrats didn't like an idea, so they threw a tantrum and left work to head to DC in the hope that their master Joe Biden could do something about it. They are completely delusional. The United States are formed of different states, run by different governors, and it is up to these governors on how they govern the states. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? Governor Abbott will continue to call special meeting after special meeting, resulting in these people being forced to attend the meeting until the bill is passed. You must be thinking, there must be more to this. Why would they go to these lengths over something so straightforward? And the answer is no. There is nothing more to this at all. This bill simply wants people to provide identification before voting. And if they don't have a driver's license, they can simply write their social security number down, which every single American citizen has. It also doesn't want drive-through voting, which I understand, as I believe people should vote by themselves with nothing to influence their vote.
I read the bill, so you don't have to, and my buddy Harold Ford Jr., Democrat, couldn't point out a single thing in it that restricted voting. You can't have a polling station in a tent or a parking garage. So no pop-up polling stations. And when you request a ballot by mail, you have to write your signature and you have to write your ID that's on your license. Or if you don't have a driver's license, the last 4 numbers of your social security number. They actually expand voting hours all across the board, and companies are required to allow workers to go leave work on election day and go vote. Here's actually what makes it harder to cheat in Texas and why the Democrats are howling. You can't kick poll watchers out of polling stations. And the polling workers have to be able to see the counts. And if you're in a big city, they have to live stream the counting room. And all votes have to have a paper trail, so they can't just disappear in a machine. And paying for votes becomes a felony. Democrats don't like that. And the machines have to have software that aren't allowed to change votes. And officials can't just mail out ballots without having them requested. So no mass mailing of ballots and no ballot harvesting. Tell me what the objection is to all of these things in the bill. What's the objection?
Well, it's
because they seem to be looking for a problem.
No, but all of the things I just read that's actually in the bill, what is objectionable? Couldn't answer.
In my country, if a person with a big following, such as a sports star, tweets out about who they are voting for, that person can be fined, as they are influencing others. So this whole thing makes a lot of sense. So what is the big problem? Well, it doesn't take a genius to see the mentally unstable Democrat minds are falling apart. They went to all that effort to get as many illegal immigrants into the states so they would have more potential voters. That's why asking for something as logical as citizens to prove who they are to vote is the worst thing since the Civil War.
We're facing the most significant test of our democracy since the Civil War.
Racist and Jim Crow 2.0.
21st century Jim Crow assault is real. It's unrelenting. And we're going to challenge it vigorously.
If this bill goes through, they are going to be in panic mode, trying to get citizenship for probably close to 1 million, if not more, illegals. They don't give a flying fuck about minorities. If they actually did, they would let the police do their jobs, not defund them and put in crazy restrictions like Chicago's unhinged mayor, Lori Lightfoot, did, such as officers not being allowed to apprehend criminals because they may hurt other civilians in the process. Also stopping them from prosecuting any theft under $950, leaving shops to literally close down due to the rise in shoplifting. Does that sound like a group of people who actually care about their country and the people living in it? Just over the Independence Day holidays, nearly 300 people were murdered, majority in the state of Chicago, who was run by an insane woman who deflects any criticism of her by saying 99% of it is because she is black.
A Southside alderwoman today rejecting Mayor Lori Lightfoot's claim that 99% of her critics are motivated by racism or sexism.
They don't give a shit about racism, injustice, mass murders. All these narcissistic maniacs care about is staying in power. Trump used to give the US people hope and faith in him improving the country. Previous presidents would talk about the bad, but they would also talk about the great things the country had accomplished. All you hear from Biden and Harris is complete fear-mongering propaganda, and people will soon be fed up with this fear control tactic.
All we talk about is race. That's all they talk about, race. The whole show, race, race. We don't talk about our country being great anymore. We don't talk about how America can lead the world. We don't talk about stopping crime or the hundreds and hundreds of people that are being shot in Democrat-run cities and what to do about it. We don't talk about ending the drugs pouring across our borders, which I had greatly reduced with our wall and so many other things that we're doing. And most importantly, we never talk about the great future of our country. We don't talk about any of this stuff anymore.
Regardless of your political beliefs, a good person knows right from wrong, and in the end, the good will overcome the bad. They know they are losing control, and all they have left is to push as hard as they can to wear us down. We all need to be mentally strong and prepared for this. Looking back on France's history, if the government overstepped the line, the people would simply come together and kill them, then start a new government all over again. The French Revolution is a perfect example of this. Not implying we should kill them, of course, just stating what has happened in the past. Get prepared, brothers and sisters. This is more than politics. This is good versus evil, and I will always fight for all that is good and the freedom we all deserve. President Biden is being used as a puppet. He has his speeches written for him by these mentally ill radical left sociopaths who constantly have him spread fear. And as we know from history, fear is control. If you are a good, genuine person, you are not going to be able to put up with it much longer. We need to be mentally strong and not allow these maniacs to take away our freedom. I am 99% convinced after this nightmare Biden-Harris have created that Trump will be the President of the United States in 2024 and will bring hope and actual unity, something Joe Biden completely forgot about as soon as he got in office. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please drop a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, please let me know why down in the comments below. And I will catch you in the next episode of What the Hell is Going On in America. Peace out.
Working together, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again, and we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you.